video of my glider conversion. This is the glider I got from Hobby Lobby, Flying Eagle foam sailplane, $12.99, but you can use a 40% coupon, get it for about $7. Okay, so first off, tell you what I cut it right here, but it really is kind of small in the front, space wise. So if you do this, or if I do it again, I would recommend going back further back, maybe just a little bit in front of that wing to give you at least another inch here. I ended up using a quadcopter ESC and BEC in there with my receiver in the back. Didn't have a whole lot of room to try to run antennas, so anyway, got a quadcopter motor. Again, I'm using a lot of spare parts here, but battery I found that I liked the weight most is this 850 milliwatt 3 milliamp hour, 3-cell LiPo. I used a little bit bigger one, a 1000, and it did fly, but I'm a newer flyer, and this actually gave me more maneuverability. The heavier nose might have been more stable, but I ended up tip stalling the airplane and crashing it, so I had to do some repairs right here. So yeah, make sure you do at least the one that should be about a 2-degree angle to the right on the motor, and down, definitely a downward pitch. These glider wings, what I call it, the angle of incidence, I believe. Anyway, the gliders are made with the wings cocked up quite a bit, so when you throttle hard, it really wants to lift hard. So definitely got to have some downturn there, or you can modify this if you really feel so inclined to make the wing a little bit more neutral. Anyway, I put a magnet in here and Duo Bro hinge to close it, but just for the extra security I put a little bit of Velcro around the top. So anyway, I ran LED lights through the whole thing. We got these from Banggood. They're just 5-volt LED strips, and you can just solder your connector and plug them right into your flight controller. I channeled out the area, used those small, what I think is the 5-gram micro servos, and just bought a couple of the aileron mount, or anyway, you know what I'm talking about. I used the Durobro hinges through the whole thing to make it so these servos would be nice and quick moving. Then I did strengthen the wings with these little carbon fiber strips. They're like this. You got them at Hobby Lobby, or no, not Hobby Lobby, excuse me, my local hobby shop. So what I found out after I flew this plane is that the motor really overpowers it a bit, and the wings kind of go up, fold up quite a bit, even with the stiffening that I did here and with that one strip. So I'll be adding a second strip of carbon fiber there, and I'll be strengthening up this section as well a little bit more. So move on to the tail. I ran all the wires, pulled the wing out and ran all the wires through the middle and just popped them, popped the hole through, and ran them out to here. Ended up using a mini micro servo that I also got from Banggood here. My angle's not quite perfect on my mount, but it works okay. But you got to make sure that these little ones don't have a whole lot of power to them. So if you get them, this one, when it moves up and down, it because of the angle, wants to move that direction. So this one should have been mounted to match with this, but I might make an adjustment if I break it. But for now, it seems to be working okay. So what did I end up doing on this back part of the model is yeah, you can see the carbon fiber strip right there that I did reinforce there and reinforce there. But on this, I did put the elevator, or the horizontal stabilizer, in at the flattest angle that the model, it does give you an option to put it down so you can do loop-de-loops with little kids. But anyway, I put it down as flat as I could, and then I also notched out the vertical a bit so that the elevator could fit further into the vertical. and I didn't mind about taking out about a 1/2 inch to a 3/4 of an inch. With this strengthened carbon fiber, it's not bad. So anyway, on the back side, this is some packing foam that I just got out of some shipping, something I got from Amazon, I guess. I like using that stuff so I don't ever throw it away. It's not perfectly the same size, but anyway, on the horizontal here, the original has a V tail in it, or a V horizontal. So to make it so I didn't have to do two, I just cut, did some measurements, cut it all flat across there, and then mounted it up. Cut a hole for the servo and use the linkage stoppers there, as they call it. And I didn't bevel the edges yet. I did a little bit on the rudder, but I will be. On this, I did use 1.5 inches on the elevator. After flying it, I found it to be just a little bit too strong for a fun casual glider. So I'm going to be knocking off about 1/4 inch and then beveling it and see how that goes. But anyway, if you want to, you can also bevel the edges. I haven't done that on this one either. Sharpen them up a little bit more, probably help out any. So anyway, that's the model I got. Okay, here we are. Getting ready to fly this sucker for the first time. Roll left, roll right, rudder. Props working good. Well, hopefully we got a good flight here. Yeah, she's flying. Stupid bugs. I'm going to stall it there. Let's come in and see how she lands. Not the smoothest, but it worked. Yay!